Hey y'all, what's going on? I am on my way to pick up one of my kids from school. And of course, this is the Monday after the tragic thing that happened in Newtown, Connecticut at the Sandy Hook Elementary School. And, days later, it's still filled with sadness about that whole thing. And I imagine you are to some degree also. Because if you're not, you're empty. And you're not empty. I can't imagine that school ever opening again. I don't know. I can't imagine putting my child, not so much the environment, but the spirit of that building is forever haunted by that young man who did what he did. I know his name. I don't want to say his name anymore. I don't want to give him that monster. I don't want to give him that kind of credit. I don't want to give him that infamy that he apparently was seeking. And I just don't want to do that. So I won't say his name. I know his name. But it gets me to wondering about a lot of different things. Some of you guys have posted on Facebook, well, if there had been someone armed there at the school, that wouldn't have happened. Well, you know what? In your perfect world, perhaps. But that man came to that school to kill. Okay? He had that automatic weapon and 2 handguns. He never used his handgun. He shot his way into the building. And unless somebody's on the other side of that door with the same amount of firepower and is strategically trained, not just to defend themselves, but to defend against somebody who has that kind of carnage on their mind, a person with a gun on the other side of that door is not going to be able to do anything. I'm just keeping it real. A gun versus a gun, a lot of times it depends on the person and how smart they are about guns and weaponry and strategic things. And I don't think anything could have stopped that young man from doing what he did. It was a horrible thing. And someone armed. Now understand, I think at this point, everything's got to be on the table. All ideas are on the table. So having an armed person at the school is, in my opinion, not off the table, but it needs more thought. And just saying that if someone was at the school with a gun to go up against him, it'd have been a different turnout. I can't agree with that. I can agree with somebody perhaps needs to be armed at the school, but I can't say for certainty that somebody would have neutralized him. That man came ready to kill. He had already killed before he got to the school. He had killed his mama. So that kind of tells you what kind of monster he was. But it makes you wonder, because had we had a ban on automatic weapons, perhaps his mother, because all those guns were in his mom's name, she was a gun fanatic apparently, and maybe that gun, that rifle, that automatic weapon wouldn't have been in his arsenal because she wouldn't have had it. Is that something to think about? You know what, I don't know. But at this point, don't you think everything needs to be on the table? People are sad. People are hurt and devastated, and I am too, because I send my babies to school every day like you do. And we don't know what's going to happen once they get there. We don't know. You think those parents had any inkling at all that in Newtown, Connecticut, a monster was going to show up with an automatic rifle and 2 handguns and kill like he did? All those children that were shot, everybody who was shot apparently was shot with that automatic weapon. All the children who were shot more than once. More than one time these children were shot. Their lives just taken from them. There's a lot, and the president was criticized for saying certain things at the memorial at the church or wherever it was held Sunday night. So he was criticized by making it political. Having those kinds of guns available is political. I mean, it is. If you think about it, it is. And we're all sick and tired of it. And we all want, something done today. It's not going to happen that way. I don't know what the answer is. I would like to see more gun control, but there's somebody who is smarter than me who will argue that that's not the answer. And maybe they're right. I don't know. Do we need security guards at every school? Do we need metal detectors at every school? Do we need something to deter? What are you going to do? That man was determined to get in that school, and he did. And there was nothing anybody was going to be able to do, whether they had a gun or not. That I believe. What do you think, though? I would love to hear your comments. Thanks for watching. From the whip is when I'm in my truck driving and talking to you. So leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you don't mind to the channel. That helps out a lot. All right, a thumbs up would be great too. But it's something to think about. Leave a comment, and I will talk to you later.